What's going on, guys? And yeah, that direct was crazy. But obviously, and I think most people would agree, the main thing, and some people would say this, save the direct. The World of Light, the Smash Brothers Ultimate answer, sort of, to Subspace Emissary. You know, a continuous contextualization of the Smash Brothers universe. And at this point, I think the Smash Brothers universe, or whatever line of story, whatever you want to call it, this series, I do genuinely think it is canon. Like, I do think that there is a Nintendo universe, and it is just in my opinion. It's probably never ever gonna get confirmed. Like, oh yeah, it is canon, it isn't canon. But in my opinion, this entire thing sort of just confirms Super Smash Bros. As canon to the Nintendo universe. Yeah, I mean, and it kind of makes sense because with, you know, certain characters, like, and I was thinking about this the other day, with Mario, most of his moves, like his baseline attacks, most of his moves are taken straight from Super Mario 64. Punch, punch, kick combo. He jumps, he kicks. That's straight from Super Mario 64. His backflip is straight from Super Mario 64. So it just seems like they took everything and, like, Sakurai sort of contextualized it into this universe. And in my opinion, it is headcanon. I guess headcanon is, you know, what fans think is canon, because the creator will never ever say, you know, it's canon, it's not canon. So, you know, for the purposes of this video and for the purposes of the point I'm going to be making in this video, Super Smash Brothers by now is definitely canon. And the first thing I wanted to get into was what I think, because what Sakurai said was it's more about fun than it is about story, and I wanted to just take a commentary on what balance of story and gameplay there will be. Frankly, I think there will be 95% gameplay and like 5% story. Like, I genuinely think that Sakurai showed us everything that this story has to offer. I hope he wasn't being deceitful, or I hope that there is more to the story, but there, like, the way he sort of speaks, and with Subspace Emissary, like, there's already like not a lot of story there. And the gameplay sort of outweighs the story, maybe 60-40, maybe 70-30. So Subspace Emissary, there was already like a lack of story there anyways. It was just vague events being tied together, and we sort of had to infer a lot. So with World of Light, I do think that it will be even worse by ratio of game to story. And it's not bad. Like, at least we get these beautiful cuts. Like I've never, and that's another thing, like, they can't just keep pumping out these massively beautiful cutscenes like crazy like that. Like, I highly doubt that there are lots of those. Those things look way too good for there to be like an abundance of them. So I mean, and you know, you got Sakurai, and I'll get to my thoughts on the entire direct in a live stream here in a second, but maybe tomorrow, maybe later tonight, I'm not sure. But you know, with the story to gameplay balance, I don't think that there will be a lot of story. Like, I don't think there will be a lot of cutscenes. I just think we're gonna get set up with the villain, and I think that's basically it. We just gotta keep going through these worlds as Kirby and the heroes he continues to rescue. And this is great, and I'm gonna get into this in a second. Speaking of gameplay, like, I actually do not like that this sort of overhead map. I mean, it is kind of synonymous with Kirby. Like, I'm pretty sure, what was this game called? I almost called it Stardust Crusaders. Kirby's game earlier this year. See, Kirby is becoming so forgetful, in my opinion. I don't even remember his name. But yeah, his game earlier this year sort of had that overhead map. So, kind of, and I see these memes on Twitter, it's like, this is kind of a Kirby game. And because Kirby is supposed to be the OG of Smash, he's supposed to be the MVP of the entire series. And I guess I'll get to that later. Like, I really will. But yeah, I just want to say, I just don't like this sort of story structure of the overhead map. Like, if you're going to give me this story, just do it in a very streamlined way. Like, that is so overused, and they just used it earlier for, what's the name of it? Mario Tennis Aces. Like, they just used this, and it's kind of lazy now. Like, it's bordering on the line of lazy, but at least we do get some story to help, and it's better. It's actually better than Subspace Emissary. Like it's basically better because with Subspace Emissary you had these little dots that you moved across the screen with, and you can set the difficulty. So technically, it is better than Subspace Emissary. I just want it to be, personally, and this is just a nitpick. Personally, I just want it to be more grand. I just want them to deviate a little more. I just want them to be a little more epic with it. So, but that's just my opinion. So, with all of this symbolism, and the villain designs and everything, some people see like more Shin Megami Tensei, but personally I see more like Square Enix, Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy vibes, especially if you look at the actual, like when Super Smash Brothers pops up on the screen and it says World of Light and you see the silhouette of the villain, almost in a very Final Fantasy cover art type of manner. Like that seriously gave, like, a lot of stuff about this trailer like just gave me chills, and like that was one of them. It's almost like they are taking a page from Square Enix's book, to an extent, like especially with the music. Like the music reminds me of Square Enix music, but I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, like it genuinely, like it did, like Sakurai has lost his mind and regained it all in one when he did this. Like he turned straight Thanos. He turned straight like Shin Megami Tensei. These characters, like I'll get to this in a minute, but yeah, it's as far as comparisons go, I see more of a Square Enix, especially when the title of it is World of Light. With Square Enix, everything is about light. Everything is about light. Like you are the light that got like everything in Square Enix continuity is about light. Final Fantasy, the seven warriors of light are in the first Final Fantasy game. Like everything is about light. So I do think like this is very indicative of like Square Enix, classic Square Enix maybe, but Square Enix all the same. So mainly I do get Square Enix vibes from this story, and it doesn't help that Cloud's in the game, and Gino could, and I don't know, but yeah, guys, like a lot of stuff about this game gave me chills. A lot of stuff about the story gave me chills, and the direct, like I said, I'll get to that later. So a minor little thing I picked up on, like voice acting. Even though they had like 3 voices, they had Pit, Zelda, and Marth, like fully voice acted. Everybody else they kind of used their in-game voice clips. Like when Shulk saw his vision, all he said was "ah," like that's an in-game sound effect for when he gets hit. Like he should have, I don't know why they didn't say "I see it" or something like that. I don't know, but basically, voice acting. I think Nintendo, like this is a version of Nintendo or Nintendo moving more towards modern sort of practices or Western sort of practices, I guess you could say, with actual like voice acting implemented into their game. And it is like, I know some people are just like, this dude is getting excited for voice acting. Personally, I'm a big voice acting dude. Like I love knowing who the voices are behind my beloved characters, like and some of my favorite, like I love voice acting. So when Nintendo, someone like people like they're known for just not having voice acting. So when Breath of the Wild crops up with tons of voice acting, and I don't know, I guess this is the next game. They haven't really done voice acting for any other game until this point. So when they crop up with this voice acting, and I'm a big voice acting connoisseur of sorts, I guess you could say, I get really stoked. I get really excited to hear these voices of my childhood heroes and then see them utterly destroyed. But trust me, I'll get to that. But yeah, with that being said, I do think that the voice acting is well placed, and I did sort of predict this back maybe a few months ago. I was like, there definitely has to be some voice acting. Like we need, like Subspace Emissary, like it was an incredible story for what it was, and it's like a really cool silent film featuring Nintendo characters. But I do think a lot of the times we need context. We need to hear these characters' perspectives through their voices, through their words. I think we need Bayonetta. I think we need David Hayter. Man, we need David Hayter. But yeah, like I do think we need this. Like this was a good good thing. Like, and some people say that voice acting was subpar. I think we're just not used to hearing Marth speak English. Like throughout the entire Smash Brothers and even Fire Emblem history, like Marth just is Chinese or Japanese. Look, don't correct me. I don't care. But yeah, throughout Smash history, he just speaks Chinese, and it's kind of like a Tekken thing where everyone just understands him. Like, and you just gotta leave it at that. So I do like that they're actually going out of their way to hire an English voice actor for this iconic print. Like, he is Fire Emblem. Marth is the poster boy. Like, this dude is Fire Emblem. So I'm glad he has an English voice actor. And Zelda, I don't think that's her exact same voice actor from Breath of the Wild, but she still has a great voice. So like, I do think like she's a heroic princess. Like Sakurai said, that version of Zelda is more like a warrior than she is a scholar. Like in comparison to the Breath of the Wild Zelda. Like, each Zelda is kind of smart, but I won't get too deep into that. Voice acting, great. Like, I think we needed that. So getting into the trailer itself, past the voice acting, the vocal track, I think it's called Lifelight, and it's so beautiful. Like I said, it's very, like, it reminds me so much of Square Enix, maybe Sanctuary, like a little Sanctuary mixed with a little maybe a little Simple and Clean, Dearly Beloved in there. Like, it does kind of remind me of that. And I'm gonna ask you guys a question. Like, it's gonna be the most gamer breaking question of all time at the end of this video. But with this vocal track, like, I think like Jump Up Superstar, and at the end of the game they had another vocal track at Super Mario Odyssey, and now they're jumping into Super Smash Brothers with this vocal track, and the timing of it. Like, whoever makes these trailers, and I keep saying this, whoever makes these trailers, man, you need you should be the top paid person at Nintendo. Like, whoever the president is, I don't know about you, Chief. We need to, whoever is making these trailers, man. Because when Kirby escapes, like shortly after he escapes, he crashes the actual Warp Star, because there apparently is no other way to land that fucking thing. Like is there no other way to land the Warp Star except for crashing and like completely failing? But anyways, like, as soon as he hits the ground, the vocal track starts playing. I'm like, holy shit. Like, it feels like I'm getting obliterated by whatever the fuck, those master hand beams. Like, it feels like I'm getting like, holy crap, the song. Like, oh my god, like that. I think we need more vocal tracks from Nintendo. Not only that, but just more orchestrated tracks in general. And Smash usually is the king of that. Smash King. But Smash usually is the king of like the more orchestrated soundtracks. But when you add vocal to it, when you add context to it, like that song did, like man, like everything just hits harder. Dear Lord, like, I cannot stress enough that song. It's probably my favorite song of the entire year. Like it's not even a competition at this point. But anyways, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like, just some like Yakuza and Spider-Man, like, they don't really have memorable soundtracks per se. Like Spider-Man has like vague heroic music, and Yakuza has vague guitar solos and vague like I like actual memorable music that sort of adds context to the environment I'm in. And a lot of the time you can only really get that with vocal arrangements. And who's the singer? Jesus Christ! Like, I really enjoyed what I heard. Like, that was like ear sex, like literally ear sex. Like, flickering through the void, like, and you see the dark, like these dark, demented versions of our heroes, like boy, like seriously, like you, it just doesn't get much better than vocal arrangements. Speaking of our characters dying, I think the main cusp, like not even just the trailer, the entire direct, like the main thing, like the main shot in the entire direct is seeing every last one of our heroes get obliterated. Like not even a chance. Like they tried to run and got a but like, and I think that's what makes it hurt. They legit try to run, and we're so like Nintendo characters they just don't take L's, like, ever. in their own game. Like they each and every one of them like saved the world multiple times on their own accord, and just to see them like get obliterated like that, man, like I don't think I've ever like felt any, like I read a lot of comic books, a lot of my favorite characters died. I saw Infinity War earlier and it didn't hit that hard, genuinely, and it might be my bias because I typically enjoy Nintendo characters and video game characters more than comic book characters and movie characters, stuff like that. And I personally, like, as far as the MCU goes, I think they could do certain characters better anyway. So like a lot of that shock value just wasn't there. Even Spider-Man, like honestly, I thought Spider-Man had the weakest death in Infinity War. Like it's almost like you could tell he was improvising it, but it's whatever. That's an entirely different video. But damn, like just seeing, like, okay, when you think of Mario, and Mario's like the main example of like this corrupt, possessed doll, zombie, reanimated thing, demonic, whatever the fuck, in this trailer, and just seeing him like just get completely obliterated is like for example, like Paper Mario. Like Mario has taken L after L after L, and he still gets back up. Like thinking about, and we just played Breath of the, like we just got through with Breath of the Wild. Like and Link has faced this massive calamity, literally, and beams that can vaporize him in one hit, and he's racing on his horse, like feeling apart. And that's the strength of video games. You feel like the character, like you genuinely feel that you are the character, especially with Nintendo games because they're usually just silent. Like it allows you to put yourself in the shoes, and I think Breath of the Wild sort of exemplifies that. Like Link is you, Mario is you, Snake even is you. Like a lot of these characters are you, and just watching them get obliterated without a second, like collateral damage, like not even a chance. Like they just start, and they're like, we can do this shit. Like they just started. They're like, yeah, you guys are fucking Nintendo characters. You can do this shit. But no, they couldn't do that. Like, and then Shulk like runs up in front and he like sees the vision, and they all get obliterated. And usually when Shulk sees a vision, he's there to counter it, or he's there to stop it, or he usually warns people. But he, like, in this case, he just didn't have time. Like it was mass destruction. Like it was crazy, and like it hurt. Like genuinely, it hurt more than like any comic book character death could, in my opinion. Like with games, like I said earlier, like you just feel like it's you getting fucked. Like it's you. That's you. You were just controlling that dude in Odyssey. You were just controlling that dude in Breath of the Wild. That was you at a time. Like, and then, you know, with Marth and stuff, like everybody, and especially for me. Because, like I told you guys, I elaborated on my love for Mario. Like, Mario's probably my favorite character of all time, you know, of any medium. And just seeing him get fucked like that, like seeing him get pissed on and reanimated like that, and you just see, like, and I think a lot of people miss this in the trailer, but like you just see this like twisted smile, like they're all like smiling like demonically, and it is crazy. Like that is some dark shit. Like not even just for a Nintendo game, for a game in general. Like seeing your heroes get fucked, and I can't emphasize this enough. Everyone got fucked, like genuinely. And with Mario, like I said, like Mario's my favorite character ever. Like just seeing him get, like, I'm just like, you're not used to seeing your favorite character get fucked like that. Like it's just not a thing you can get used to. And you know, it's crazy. And you know, characters get fucked, like and there's Captain Falcon. Jesus Christ, like the correct me if I'm wrong, but the Blue Falcon can go like 0 to the speed of light real quick, and he could have escaped instantly. He could have, like, if he got in his car, he could have escaped. But he jumped like he was in midair, like mid post, like yes, and then obliterated. Him and the Blue Falcon get obliterated, and it's just crazy. Sonic, and that's another thing. Like I've never, ever in my life, I swear to God, I swear to you, God, I swear to Bubsy, I've never seen characters get obliterated so gloriously like that with Sonic and Pikachu. Like, and that's the main thing I see people harping on. Sonic and Pikachu. Sonic genuinely reaches out to save Pikachu in a very Sonic Adventure type moment. Like there's a very serious moment for Sonic. Like nowadays, you rarely see Sonic acting heroically. Usually, he's kind of acting like a dick. So with this trailer, like you sort of see these characters treated, first of all, how they're meant to be fucking treated, and second of all, like you just see the best of these characters in their moment of death. Like genuinely, and I said this in the chat and Google Hangouts with my friends. They kill characters off better than Marvel and DC. Like when Palutena tries to block the Master Hand beam or whatever we're calling these things, when she tries to block them, she dies. And Dark Pit and Pit, well, technically Dark Pit relies on Verity, the goddess of nature, but retcon? I don't fucking know. But anyways, when she dies, because Pit and Dark Pit could have gotten away. Like they genuinely, I believe they could have gotten away because if they flew high enough, they could have gotten away. But when Palutena dies and her light, fades from their wings, they're done. Like they're completely done. Like in continuity, like in their game, if Palutena is dead or possessed or whatever, Pit cannot fly. Like in that, like just seeing that taken into account, like seeing all of these things, it was just so well orchestrated and glorious. Like I can't even be mad. Like it was crazy and it hit us really fast, but like seeing how well orchestrated it was and how dark that shit was and how great it was executed. Like Jesus Christ, I'm so hyped for this game. Like it's making me feel multiple types of ways. Like I don't like seeing Mario get fucked, but I'll be damned if they didn't do him fucking justice. Like Jesus Christ, like Sonic reaching out for Pikachu, like in a like that's very Sonic Adventure. Like I know a lot of people just think it's like a vague heroic moment, but usually, like I said, Sonic is just being a dickhead. Like you just see how crazy, like in everything they took into account when killing these guys. And I hate to say, like I guess that sort of sounds masochistic, blah. But like you just see them take a lot into account when killing these characters off. Like I'm very impressed with how they kill people off. Like Sakurai knows these characters. Like Sakurai is just a big game nerd, and you just see him like when he introduces character, like he goes into vivid detail. It's like, yeah, Ken is faster than Ryu, and his attacks are different, and I like this little detail about Street Fighter 2 and stuff like that. Like you just see Sakurai go nerdy about it, and you can tell, like as far as as being a writer for these characters go, like I think I'm impressed. Like Sakurai's, man, you guys, man. Like I can't stress enough. Like no one can call bullshit on that because it's first of all it's Sakurai. Like it's Smash. It's his game. First of all. Second of all, like he did give these characters justice. Like Link blocks the Master Hand beam. Like he blocks it. Like he blocks it at first, and it's and that's canon because the Hylian shield is unbreakable. Like he does everybody justice, except maybe Villager and Wii Fit, like Trainer and Duck. Like it's, I don't know. It's weird, but yeah, like people get obliterated, and not only that, but this is the gaming multiverse we're talking about. Like it wasn't just those guys. Like it wasn't just like 72 people. Like when Snake got obliterated, like his entire franchise got obliterated. Like all the assist trophies, like it's heavily implied that the gaming multiverse is in peril, and that's correct. Like Shovel Knight, like all the assist trophies, they get obliterated. That's confirmed. Like all the assists got obliterated. Waluigi got obliterated. Shovel Knight and his entire universe got obliterated. Shantae got obliterated. Like all those sexy pirate ladies that you wanted to caress, all of them obliterated. Sakurai just killed the gaming multiverse. And guess what? Kirby somehow escaped the collapse of the Kirby, I can't get over that. Kirby somehow escaped the collapse of the gaming multiverse, right? And then he just crashes, and it's up to him to save the day. Now Kirby as a protagonist, and it kind of fit. Like I can't lie, like it does kind of fit, but I can't help but sense that there is something afoot. Like Sakurai has always had a little bias for his characters. Like as far as Kirby goes, like Kirby has always been the one to end up having the final shot, or end up saving the day, or somehow escaping whatever calamity. Like in Smash Brothers Brawl, Subspace MJ, like the first, second, or third cutscene, like an entire stadium gets bombed. Mario dies. Everyone just dies, and somehow Kirby and Princess Peach or Zelda, depending on your choice in the game, they somehow escape, and it's usually just Kirby. Kirby is the name. Kirby. He's the star of the show. Like as far as Sakurai is concerned, that is like canon for Nintendo. Like Kirby is the strongest character in all of Nintendo history. Like genuinely, Kirby gets a lot of flack from Sakurai, but and a lot of people are hyping him up. Like it just I just hate it. But Kirby has always been, and that's the draw of Kirby. Like you see Kirby and you see like this little innocent puffball. Like you see this dude that can't do any damage. But when like you just see him contrasted against these monstrous entities and sometimes even gods. Like you see him contrasted against these and you're like, this dude can't do shit. Like he can't do anything. But at the same time, you have to root for Kirby. Like Jesus Christ. It's Kirby against the multiverse here. I don't think anyone like understands where Sakurai put his baby boy in this situation. Like it is Kirby against the multiverse, and like Kirby and Kirby always wins. Like it's crazy. So Kirby has always been the underdog against God. Like basically God. Like literally something that shouldn't be stoppable. Kirby stops it, and that's the best aspect about Kirby. He's incredibly impressive. Like he's incredibly talented. He's basically a prodigy. Like you can't beat Kirby. And that's just the end of it. Especially as far as Sakurai is concerned, you just can't beat Kirby. But yeah, like I've never seen something so glorious in my life. Like this probably is just gonna be the best game ever. Like I thought Super Mario Odyssey topped it off, but damn, damn Sakurai, like are you for real? Like Sakurai, like and then oh my god, like one of the best shots of the trailer is just Mario like smiling, and he has the whole squad behind him, and they're all like you can tell like there's just enough of everybody's silhouette you can tell. Like you see Link with his sword, and he's like, yeah, I'm about to man, like. Oh my god, like I can hype this on all day. How long have I been recording? I've been recording for 30 minutes. Guys, this game, man. This game, I gotta pre-order. Like I've gotta pre-order this game. Like I've gotta get it. As far as Piranha Plant and Spirit go, like I said, I'll get to that. But man, and I don't think people really get what the World of Light does. Like the World of Light is a story about the gaming universe. Like I'll just say the gaming universe, potentially the gaming multiverse. It is a game that allows Sakurai to contextualize the entire gaming multiverse. Even like, it doesn't have to straight up say, well, Sly Cooper and his world are also being affected by this. Like it's sort of like for a lot of people, it just sort of like technically he can't do that, but as far as this calamity goes, it is heavily implied that the entire gaming multiverse is at stake here. So, and that's just a lot of power for Sakurai to have. And to say, hey, guess what, guys? Kirby survived that shit. Fuck yeah. Like, and that's crazy. And another thing I want to hit on is Super Smash Brothers has kind of always been dark. So, in a sense, like, this shouldn't really surprise us. Just seeing them evaporated like that. Super Smash Brothers has always been sort of dark. So Super Mario 64, Super Smash Brothers is basically the same. Super Smash Bros. 64 is heavily implied they're just puppets. Like they're just being manipulated by these hands. And it's basically Master Hand later, and he becomes the villain. So obviously they're just being manipulated to fight, and they're just trying to get back to the real world. Even Sakurai like sort of comments on that. Like it's kind of dark. Like that's dark shit. Like imagine if your free will was just siphoned from you, and you were just a puppet forced to fight. Like that's basically what Smash Brothers, like that is the context of Smash Brothers. That is the plot of Smash Brothers. And there's this crazy hand that's like 3, 2, 1, go. Like and you just forced to fight. You're this kid living like man, like Smash Brothers has always been dark. And like with Melee, that's when they first started implementing the idea that they're all just trophies. Like they're all just trophies. Like they can be turned into trophies. Blah blah blah. That's where you get the whole dialogue that Smash characters can be turned into trophies, and that when they're ready to fight, you can untrophy them. Melee wasn't really heavy on the like you get elements like Giga Bowser that like you just like there just isn't a lot of content there. But with Brawl, that's when we get really dark, because Subspace Emissary is about like one of the first scenes is a friendly tournament between Mario and Kirby, but it just gets bombed. Like an entire audience of people just get bombed. Kirby escapes, and every like these massive populaces of people just keep getting bombed. Like and Wario and all the villains and pseudo villains sort of team up to kill off like when you turn into a trophy, you're dead. So when villains sort of team up in order to kill off these characters, like it is dark. Like it's very, very dark. Subspace Emissary, man, Subspace Emissary is dark. And like there's one point like where Rob, I forget what they call him. He's just set on fire, and he's just sitting there like this. Like he's just sitting there, like he's on fire. Like what are you doing, bro? Like, oh man, like you it just doesn't get better than Smash. Like it doesn't get any darker than Smash. I think Nintendo, like, as far as dark storytelling goes, it's not even a competition. Like Super Smash Brothers takes the cake. Like, are you kidding me? Like you're dead. Like, oh my god, this is like I can hype this up all day. But man, like, and then even in the trailers, Luigi fucking dies, and then Sakurai's like, he's okay. In the trailer, in this new trailer, that's when he dies. It's like he's okay for now, and then he dies, and then so in the Riddler trailer, Mario and Mega Man are fucking dead, and potentially even Samus is dead at the end of the trailer, since he has to show off his final smash, and that's implied to be part of the cutscene. Like it's a weird sort of thing, but Smash Brothers has always sort of been dark with its storytelling. I don't think Sakurai has never been afraid to go there, man. And like I don't know how we didn't expect this at first, but man, World of Light alone is worth the $60 in my opinion. Like and I'll get to all the other stuff and the stuff I didn't like, but man, like dear Lord, like I've never seen something so glorious in my life. I swear to you, I've never seen something so glorious. But with that being said, I do want to end this with the question I had hinted at earlier in this video, which is which one is better? Like, since I made the comparison to Square Enix and Kingdom Hearts and blah blah blah, which one is better? I forget the name of the damn song. Don't Think Twice or Lifelike. I want to know. Put it in the comment, and there might be like a bias there for some of you guys, but and recency bias dictates that Lifelike will win. But just listen to both songs. Tell me which one is better. Don't Think Twice, Utada Hikaru, or Lifelike by Sakurai. I don't know, but anyways, guys, man, the hype is real. Like okay, ask anybody. Like I was not hyping. Like I was like, yeah, it's Smash. It's definitely coming. It was inevitable. But now I'm like crazy, super excited about this. Like it's gonna be momentous. I'm not sure about streaming it because I don't really have my own capture card at the moment. But damn, like it's crazy. I might play games with you guys. Like I've got a lot. I got like a whole list of people whose butts I gotta whoop first, and then I'll play with you guys. But man, Masahiro Sakurai, man, I've never ever seen something like this. I gotta end the video. Like I've gotta end the video because I can go on for another 30-40 minutes. Jesus, man, peace, guys, peace.